You won't believe it. This guy rented a car and sped off, baffling the car leader. But seeing the truck tailing Dongjoo, he realized it was serious. It dawned on him what was happening, but Dongjoo usually handles the bodyguards, and now he was so busy he couldn't spare anyone. That really had. When he spotted his son-in-law, he was ready to blow up, but then he glanced at the fruit-laden table and suddenly froze. That's when he remembered it was not only his son-in-law's birthday but also the party he had insisted on throwing himself. How could he forget that? The car association leader's brain was clearly on vacation. He had forgotten so much, even the vault password was gone. That explains why he desperately needed Dongjoo. Meanwhile, Dongjoo was on Silverman's phone trying to hunt down information on Suieda. He vaguely recalled the killer's face, but it was fleeting, so he wasn't sure. First thing he asked Silverman was. Silverman's answer was that since Suieda had asked about Dongjoo, he thought he couldn't possibly be the killer, thus misguiding Dongjoo perfectly. So Dongjoo followed Silverman's tip and went to the car leader's house. When he saw Suieda through the window, he looked all friendly and oblivious. Seeing Dongjoo safe, the car leader was overjoyed, like a child. He led him to the dining table by the hand and explained his identity while waiting for food. But Dongjoo stayed on guard, concealing the shooting in full, mentioning only Cheng Zion after amnesia. Aside from the butler, the car leader's eldest daughter looked shocked by that name, and the atmosphere got super tense. The butler was off, yet the car leader, unaware, called Dongjoo and sons-in-law to talk in the inner street. The second son-in-law, a medical professor, offered help, but the old leader immediately refused and handed Dongjoo's treatment to his own doctor. Clearly being cautious, but he forgot about the elder son-in-law Suieda. Talk about a senior moment. So right after Dongjoo was admitted, Suieda wasted no time calling the leader to inform him about Dongjoo's amnesia and hospitalization. The next day, when the doctor entered the room, he just happened to see Dongjoo in a state of sleepwalking. Just as he went to get dressed, that's when the doctor noticed Dongjoo's gunshot wound only for a masked nurse to pop up out of nowhere. Dongjoo had no choice but to lie down and pretend to be good, but as soon as he moved, that nurse pulled out a syringe. Just like that, a needle jabbed into his neck, and he stopped struggling completely. The doctor started to wonder but heard nothing, but on his way back, the doctor saw a bed that shouldn't have been in the hallway and couldn't help but take a few glances. Eventually, after asking around, he learned that it wasn't the nurse he was looking for at all, but the one supposed to pick up Dongjoo. Meanwhile, Dongjoo was being interrogated, and the water torture was pushing him to the edge of suffocation. They were going full throttle with the water torture, trying to jog his memory, and it looked like Dongjoo was about to go rogue. No wonder the trailer had that line. Turns out this is what made him go dark. Prior to this episode, everything, from betrayal to password tampering, was purely self-preservation. But after this episode, his goals will flip entirely. No bad guys will stand a chance. At the beginning, he's constantly under water torture, being interrogated about his passwords, yet he never intended to give up on escaping. He tried playing dead countless times, but each time his tricks were foiled by their foot prodding. After a day of questioning, both were exhausted. Dongjoo finally learned to coexist with the foot poking. At that moment, he fooled them by faking death, untied himself, and as he exited, disaster struck. Outside, he found himself in a grand hall with a lone chair in the center. It was clear the third kidnapper was waiting for him. But before he could react, he was ambushed from behind, leaving him defenseless. Just as he was about to suffocate, suddenly, someone appeared. It was none other than Suieda, the pitiful-looking son-in-law of the Punisher. But why was he here? Dongjoo maintained a relaxed facade, but he was on high alert inside. Even though they were at the hospital entrance, he insisted on seeing the car leader first because he knew he was the only one worthy of trust. To his surprise, before he could bow to the car leader, an old man suddenly grabbed him. It was none other than the puppet master behind it, or leader Lion. Apparently, he was the first person the car leader thought of when he learned Dongjoo had been killed. Lion planned to play nice and catch Dongjoo off guard to see if he truly had amnesia. What a twisty game this has become. But the results left both of them utterly disappointed, as Dongjoo was not only grateful, but looked utterly puzzled when he heard about his explanation. The car leader originally planned to report it, but in a moment of excitement, Suieda blurted out Dongjoo had a gunshot wound, causing him to tense up. Since his rescue, his upper body had remained covered. Combined with the fragmented memories, it made him even more certain Suieda was the. To avoid suspicion, he quickly reverted to normal and took the chance to raid Suieda's gym while the car leader let him stay the night. He threw out that killer question. Does that mean you didn't tell me to kill myself? Suieda began to sweat bullets. Before Suieda could answer, Dongjoo smiled, saying he held a gun in his limited memories, giving Suieda a lifeline. Suieda said they didn't get along, so Dongjoo saw him as an imaginary enemy, causing false memories, but Dongjoo didn't mind. After all, Suieda's reactions already revealed the answer to Dongjoo. Now he just needed to be cautious about another thing. It turns out he noticed the butler's odd behavior while he was messing with the cake. Holding off until now proves Dongjoo's astonishing patience. After all, a strong reaction to Cheng Zion suggests a biological connection. Yet, for some reason, the butler adamantly denied it, even when Dongjoo mentioned the car accident from his dreams. Oh, don't forget to like and subscribe.